is in L.A., and here's what you need to know. Memphis will be back at full strength. Ja Morant, as you know, returned in Game 3. Team did lose Dillon Brooks due to an ejection for hitting LeBron James in the groin area. He, however, was not suspended. He will be back in action tonight. Since the first round expanded to a 7-game series, the Lakers have become just the seventh seed to hold a 2-1 edge. Only one of the previous teams, though, were able to go on and win the series. So looking to be a part of history here. And it's a virtual must-win for Memphis on the other side, because teams that take a 3-1 series lead, they go on to win 95% of the time. For the Lakers, they've only lost 1 in 39 times when they have a 3-1 series lead, like they are hoping to establish tonight. Back with Tim, and it was so cool to see a capacity crowd back there in L.A. for a Lakers playoff game. First time in a decade. They did not disappoint. They had a huge first quarter. How did they carry the momentum into tonight?
They ride Anthony Davis. I think this is the key, Hannah. There's no answer for Anthony Davis in the series. That's most nights with Anthony Davis, because he's 6'11", and he's got a high release on his jump shot. He's a great mid-range player, so there's not really a great strategy. For Anthony Davis, it's more about his mindset. When he goes to the arena, is he coming in there intent on doing damage and getting early touches and early rhythm and really dominating physically? I don't think he did that in Game 2. He came back strong and had a great performance after a very disappointing performance with 31 points and 17 rebounds. He is the difference between the two teams, because Jaren Jackson Jr., as great defensively as he is, you can't stop a guy that can make 18-foot jump shots with that kind of length. That's where Anthony Davis needs to exert himself. He was great in Game 3. He needs to continue that if the Lakers want to take control.
Yeah, he said afterwards he was much more aggressive in Game 3, and he said just look at that Lakers first quarter. That's how they need to play the rest of the time. Let's briefly touch upon your favorite subject, Dillon Brooks, who hilariously is blaming the media for painting him as a villain. We know that nothing he says or does is really going to rattle LeBron James. That's pretty obvious, but he did get ejected in that game. That's hurts his team in terms of depth and another body on the floor. How does he actually help his team tonight? What does he need to redirect going forward?
Yeah, Hannah, I got to laugh at Dillon Brooks basically saying, I mean, what have I ever done to give you the indication that maybe I would have done something like that intentionally? I don't know, Dillon. You know, it's a whole body of work for you. But listen, here's what he can do. And I think the talk is overplayed. Here's why. It has no effect on LeBron James. LeBron James has much bigger fish to fry than worrying about some chatter out of Dillon Brooks. He's dealt with it his entire career. It's not bulletin board material for a guy like LeBron James. He's thinking about far too many things. What Dillon Brooks can do, though, is provide some supplemental offense, because he is capable of doing that. Like, he's going to play hard defensively. He's an important player for Memphis. He's an important player in this series, defensively mainly. But he is capable of giving them some punch, and I think they need that right now. So if you really want some people talking about you in a positive way, do that. Go give them a 15, 18, 20-point game to help Ja Morant and Desmond Bane, who has struggled in this series.
Right. He scored just 7 points in 19 minutes before getting tossed. You're not going to do your team any good when you're in the locker room. And obviously, he's given all those fans in L.A. a nice villain to jeer against tonight. Tim Legler, thank you.
Kings and Warriors in Game 4. It was a thriller in San Fran. Battle in the Bay, for sure. Draymond Green coming off the bench, starting the game back after serving the 1-game suspension. Kings down 1, under 6 minutes to go in the first. Draymond called for the foul on Keegan Murray. De'Aaron Fox and Green exchanging a few words between the play, and they both got technical fouls for the word exchange. Let's pick this one up in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. Kings down 3. Harrison Barnes got the layup, missed the layup. Domantas Sabonis has his back. Green says, "Get that out of here." And then verbally lets him know it with the yell. Get it out of here. So the Warriors have the ball. Up 3. Steph bringing it up. Timeout. But you know what? They don't have any more timeouts.
I'm so glad this didn't decide the game.
I know, right? Steve Kerr frustrated. Curry giving a tech. Kings would make the free throw, cut the lead to 4. Inbounding the ball. De'Aaron Fox. Burrs the 3. They're down 1. 38 points, 9 boards for Fox. Under 20 seconds to go. Warriors up 1. Steph driving. Floater. Short. Kings with a chance to win it. Final seconds, down one. Fox defended by Curry. Then Draymond steps up. Good defense. Harrison Barnes. Clean look. Back iron. Warriors are like, whoo, that was close. 126, 125. Series tied at 2 games apiece. Steph with the handshakes for the fam. If history does in fact repeat itself, the series may more or less be decided in Game 5. When the series is tied 2-2, the winner of Game 5 has gone on to win 82% of the series with an overall record of 186-41. So, which team is in a better spot to move forward? It is First Take's Last Take.
The fact that this is coming down a home court situation where everything gives you the feel of a 7-game series, let's understand their youth comes into play. I'm not talking about their talent. I'm talking about their youth. I'm talking about the fact that outside of Harrison Barnes, they ain't really had nobody that's been there. De'Aaron Fox is that dude. He's a star. We didn't mention him in the same breath as Ja Morant and the elite guards in this game. He is something special. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they'll win Game 5. They'll lose Game 6 back at the Chase Center in San Francisco. And it comes down to a 7th game. As the game wanes and it gets tight, and you know you're in a Game 7, youth doesn't usually work in your favor against experienced vets who knows what it takes to get it done.
If you listen to Mike Brown last night after the game, in his post game, he talked about certain situations with Sabonis in particular. He didn't call him out, but he was talking about him driving on 3 people and not seeing the proper reads. Those possessions add up. The costly turnovers. Those possessions add up when it comes down to a 1-point game. So if he's telling us about it, you better believe when they get into the film room, he's going to be relaying that message to his team. And they're going to learn and grow from it.
To me, the Kings are poised. They have gone toe-to-toe with the Warriors to this point in the series. Yesterday, you look at the clutch time. Both teams had 3 turnovers. Both teams had 10 points. And so this elevation and this demonstration of experience has not shown up. And so to me, the confidence continues to grow for the Kings that they can show up and continue to go toe-to-toe with these guys and take this thing home.
All right, 2 of the final 3 games of the series coming away from home for the Warriors, a place they have struggled this season. Well documented on this program, including their 2 losses in Sacramento this series. Golden State has the worst record and defense while on the road of all teams in the playoffs. Only the non-playoff Spurs allowed more points per game on the road across the
East. Into him being called for a flagrant foul 2 and ejected early in the 3rd quarter of Saturday's Game 3 loss. Los Angeles Lakers. Brooks, who declined to comment after the game, explained what went down after Sunday's practice at USC's Galen Center. Take a listen.
The media making me a villain, the fans making me a villain, and then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nose. I'm playing basketball, I'm a basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category of having a flagrant 2, and you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person.
Okay, so that's the Dillon Brooks situation. Then, as we just discussed, the Knicks took a commanding 3-1 lead Sunday. Donovan Mitchell with a disappointing output, 11-4 and 5. Monica, I want to start with you. Who was more disappointing? Was it Brooks Saturday or Mitchell Sunday?
It was Brooks for me, Molly, Stephen A., and Perk easily, and that's not even really a conversation. I actually, call me naive, did not believe that was intentional. However, the way and the temperature of officiating in this current playoff, you already knew what time it was as soon as they went to go and do a review. But I think if you're Brooks, you have to be cognizant of that and not put yourself in that position to the best of your ability. Now, somebody might say it's a basketball play or he was playing basketball, he can't control all that. You have to be that much more cognizant. I did not like that sound from Brooks, and I am one who has supported the Grizzlies. I don't mind Dillon Brooks running his mouth, but you can't necessarily flip the script. If you're going to be the one that chirps and leads the way, you got to be on the floor enough to back that sort of talk up. And he literally took himself out of the ballgame, or he would say was taken out of the ballgame. And so for me, that was far more disappointing than Josh Hart playing terrific defense on Donovan Mitchell.
You know, I've been, this is one of those rare moments, Kendrick Perkins, where I was home and I was like, I got to think about how I'm going to say what I want to say.
Uh-oh.